All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. It is, we have been looking forward to our next conversation for a while, man, and really feel like we get Coach McMahon at a really cool time. He's had a lot of success on the recruiting trail over the last couple of weeks and really got a big one yesterday in Jalen Reed, 4-star power forward that was once committed and signed to Florida after the coaching change there, got out of the letter of intent and committed and signed with LSU. And LSU now looking and has 9 players on their basketball roster, which is shows you just how much work Coach McMahon, his staff, has been doing over the last couple of weeks and months here since they've been announced on the job. And it is our pleasure to welcome in to the conversation here on the Jordy Show, newly head basketball coach here at LSU, Coach Matt McMahon. Coach, good morning. Thank you for your time and welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Jordy. Thanks so much for having us on. Great to speak with you.
Absolutely, Coach. The last couple of weeks, I can't imagine what it has been like to be representing the head coaching seat at LSU, but to look up and see that your roster has grown to 9 players here heading into the month of May shows just how much you and your staff have been up to. What have the last couple of weeks been like?
Yeah, thanks so much. I think really this is unprecedented. First time taking over an SEC program with 0 players on the roster, and so the only priority for us has been, number one, hiring our staff, which I am incredibly excited about. The people we were able to attract here and build our staff with, and then number 2 is roster management, and that's all inclusive. That's every avenue of recruiting. Really excited with the spring that Mwani Wilkinson and Justice Williams have had. They have been terrific, and I'm thrilled that they're on board and want to be a part of what we're building here. That was a big first step for us. And then as the roster management piece, you got to mix not only attracting good players here, but you're trying to balance out your classes as well through the use of the transfer portal. And then obviously the opportunity to recruit elite high school players like Jalen Reed. So yesterday was huge for us. Great day of celebration in Baton Rouge to get a player and a person of the caliber of Jalen Reed to join the family.
Looking forward to talking a little bit more about Reed, Coach. But back to the time when this job was open and there were candidates that were out there, what were your thoughts of the LSU job just as a whole before your name maybe even became a real player in it? What were your just thoughts of the job in itself?
Jordy, kind of a unique situation there as well. I didn't have any thoughts about it.
Yeah.
We were playing in the NCAA tournament, trying to go to the Sweet 16, and so that's where all of my focus was. We had an amazing year there at Murray State with a really special team, and so as we all know, the college basketball coaching carousel has changed. Used to be all that stuff happened after or around the Final Four, and then just things happened really quickly as I got to pursue this opportunity in about a 12-hour window. So for me, what stood out right away is, before I'm a college basketball coach, before I was a college basketball player, I'm a diehard college basketball fan. And so growing up, my favorite player was Chris Jackson. As a kid, I was sitting in Thompson-Boling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee, when I was 12 years old, watching Chris Jackson score 49 and Allen Houston score 44 in an unbelievable game there. Always loved watching Dale Brown's teams. Diehard Pistol Pete Maravich fan. Grew up doing his homework basketball videos. So just everything about the LSU brand, the tradition, the history, really stood out to me right away.
Chris Jackson is the all-time best, Coach, and for somebody my age growing up. I mean, this was a basketball town when I was a kid. I mean, it was Shaq and Chris Jackson, Curly Hallman, and the football program were kind of trying to figure it out, and they were a long way away. And for my generation, this really is kind of basketball country. I'd imagine that you probably haven't felt that yet, but as representing LSU out on the recruiting trail, what's been some of the feedback that you have received now being in the SEC and representing LSU?
Oh, I really don't listen to all the feedback and all the noise, good or bad. So I have no idea there. I just know I'm excited and honored to have this opportunity of a lifetime to lead the LSU program forward. There were so many things attractive to the opportunity to me, and it starts with just being in one of the great college sports towns in the country. All the elite coaches here leading the other sports. The opportunity to compete for championships and the best league in the country. And as I mentioned earlier, I just think, I think that LSU across your chest really carries a lot of weight when you walk into gyms, when you walk into different recruiting events. I think it's just an incredible brand, an iconic brand in sports.
Casey Long, Ronnie Hamilton, and Cody Toppert are your staff members. We had Tasman on when you announced that you were keeping him on in his role, and obviously watching Tasman play and knowing his relationship with the program. What were you looking for in building your staff, and what do you have in your group now that you announced them?
Yeah, I'm pretty simple in how I want to hire a staff. I always say, you win in life with great people, so that's where I start. But for me, number one is player investment. I want guys on our staff that are going to invest incredible amount of hours, time, energy, and care into helping our players max out their opportunities here at LSU on and off the basketball court. So that's number one. Number two is player development. I love guys who are going to get in the gym and really help these players get better every single day. And then the third piece is obviously recruiting. Guys who are very well connected, have a proven track record of recruiting elite players and developing them to their maximum potential. So Casey Long's a guy who I've been with 5 years there at Murray State. I think we were 121 and 36 in those 5 years with him. Just an unbelievable relationship person, a great coach, just well-rounded in all areas. Was instrumental in John Morant's development there with us, Tevin Brown, some of those great guards that we had. And then Ronnie Hamilton's a guy I've known a long time. He's done an unbelievable job since he got here. Obviously has SEC experience. Again, well-rounded coach. He'll be a head coach soon. And then Cody Toppert's a guy I'd known for a long time just through the player development circles. He was Devin Booker's player development guy and director of player development with the Phoenix Suns, an NBA assistant coach, G League head coach. So really, really good in helping players get better. So was thrilled to be able to bring those three guys on as our assistant coaches.
You mentioned some of the players, Coach, and now your roster sits at 9. And after the big announcement yesterday of Jalen Reed picking him up, the big-time player out of Southern California, going with some of the guys that you've already been able to get out of the transfer portal. How about two of the guys that stuck in Mwani Wilkinson and Justice Williams? How important was it to get those guys to buy in to what you guys had going on and to keep them a part of the roster? And how do you see this roster continuing to evolve as you head into the offseason, or you continue into the offseason?
Right, Jordy. I think that's a two-part question, but the most important thing that we're trying to accomplish here right away. This is not an overnight deal.
Sure.
This is not going to be done in 2 or 3 days. So we've just really tried to go about it, methodically, of building not just a team, but I want to build a program here. I don't want just a team to have to throw out on the floor next year. So with that being said, I thought it was really important to identify some guys who maybe hadn't made final decisions. I know a lot of guys were already out the door when we got here, and that's fine. That's the beauty of the new rules in college basketball, where players have the opportunity, whether it's coaching change or they don't like their role or what have you, they can move on and pursue other opportunities without being penalized. But with Mwani and Justice, the thing that really stood out right away in my first meetings with them is they were willing to give us an opportunity to show them how the LSU program is going to be run as we move forward. And they've been incredible. And we did a 5-week weights program with our new strength coach, Coach Puckett, who's been fantastic. And then we did a 5-week player development program with Justice and Mwani. And they really worked. I think they've seen the progress they're making. They're getting better. And I'm excited. They're going to be foundational pieces of what we're building here.
What do you think of the league? Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Well, I just was going to get to the second part. I think, as you finish up the roster, just same deal, a mix of, still want to add a couple guys out of the portal. Would like to add an older player to balance out our classes, and then still want to pursue, elite high school players who can come in here and make a great impact right away.
What do you think about the league you're coming into in the SEC?
It's the best league in the country. I think you've seen, and I'll get to study it a lot more this summer, but, elite coaches, NBA players on most rosters. And, I think you've also seen the use of the transfer portal to quickly change programs in this league. I mean, I went through it yesterday. I think this past season, 72 players in the SEC were Division I transfers. And so you look at some of these programs like in Auburn, that 4 of their top 6 this year were out of the portal. It's really changed the game of college basketball, and I think the SEC's been out front taking advantage of those opportunities.
Have you had a chance to meet Coach Mulkey, and what's that relationship like?
I have. She's been unbelievable, really helpful. And, that's one of the things that's exciting about coming to LSU is the coaches here. It's amazing. I mean, you get the best coaches in the country and other sports. So the opportunity to learn and really study and get better myself is the ultimate goal. So she's been fantastic. Haven't gotten to spend as much time as I would like with all the recruiting, but as things hopefully slow down for a day or two in May and June, looking forward to visiting with all the coaches, looking forward to getting to more of the spring sports. Going to go check out some baseball tonight. So really excited about that.
Hell of a first pitch that you had a couple of weeks back, Coach. You put it right on the money.
I was just glad it got there. I was really nervous. I did hear Coach Mulkey threw like a 70-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. So there was a lot of pressure to at least not to skip one in there.
Full wind up. She was giving the glove. She was letting them know what she was bringing. It was about 75 she had on the clock. She has a big emphasis on facilities and talked about the facilities here from a basketball standpoint. What are your thoughts over it and the future of that and recruiting towards those facilities like you are doing on the trail?
Yeah, I think that's exciting to know that there's progress being made there. Jordy, have not been involved in that yet. Yeah. My only thing I've done is hire the staff, build relationships, and roster management. So I think those opportunities down the road are going to be huge for LSU basketball.
Coach, how good was John Morant? How good is John Morant?
Well, that was an amazing experience, getting to recruit and coach him. And everyone gets wowed by the dunk from the other night, for example, and all that. But just incredible person. He's a guy who is, arguably the most electrifying and entertaining basketball player in the entire world.
Yeah.
And, but all those things are great. What I always am just blown away by is his impact on winning. You guy went into a franchise that was losing for a long time, and here they are in his third year, and they're a 2 seed in the NBA Western Conference. So just a once-in-a-lifetime player. He's a genius on the floor. He's just so smart, and it helps you become a better coach because you can't have a player that smart, and you can't go in that meeting room and not know what you're talking about because he's going to see right through it. So that was a great experience for me, and proud to be a part of his family.
I can't imagine how long your work days have been, but did you watch NBA basketball? As just a basketball guy, somebody who loves the game, are you related to the professional game? Do you watch it at that level?
No, I love the NBA.
Yeah.
I love watching it. Haven't gotten to watch as much as I would like
Sure.
over the last few weeks, but no, being here at LSU, we want to recruit NBA players. So I love studying the game. We try to play a pro-style system pro-style terminology that not only will lead to success here at LSU, will not only lead to our players being developed to their maximum potential, but will have them prepared and ready when they do get to the NBA to be successful. And so we enjoy studying the game on a regular basis and using that film to study with our players as well.
I thought the best thing that came out of COVID for the coaches that you guys were able to ditch the suits and go into the almost the windbreaker look, the pullover look. What's your style on the sideline? It feels like you're kind of a jumpsuit guy, not a jumpsuit, but kind of a pullover guy.
Pullover guy.
Nice.
I agree with you, Jordy.
Nice.
One of the greatest changes in the history of college basketball. We've gotten hit with everything here.
Right.
The game has changed. You got the transfer portal. You got the COVID bonus years. You got NIL. You got the one-time exceptions. But the best thing that's happened is getting rid of the suits and going to the pullover.
I agree. Has it been head spinning? Last one, I'll get you out of here. Has it been head spinning and all the changes under your game kind of that you've had to evolve? And it feels like you've almost had to build the plane while it's in the air from every level. And being a coach, the things that you've had to adapt to, whether it be recruiting and or coaching, how has it been from that point of view?
I think your plane analogy is really good, Jordy. I think it is challenging. And it's just like anything else in life. I think you have to adapt with the times. You have to evolve and change. We can sit here and complain about, not liking this transfer portal or not liking that, but we have to figure out how to embrace it and use it to the best of our ability as we build this LSU program. So, just a lot of studying and learning and trying to figure out, what the best pathways forward are for us. Personally for me, like, Tevin Brown that we just had at Murray State, I recruited him for 2.5 years and then coached him for 5. So there was a 7.5-year relationship there. I don't know if that's going to continue to be the norm in college basketball with the advent of the transfer portal in the spring. So just have to adapt and embrace it and use it to the best of our ability to build out our roster.
Coach, I know you've probably been asked this in so many ways and terms since you've gotten the job, and I don't know if there's an easy. Do you understand the challenge in front of you? I mean, do you have an idea of what will be for your program and the challenge that you are approaching?
Oh, there's certainly a challenge. I think there's a challenge in every program, though. Yeah. I mean, it's I think you just embrace it. For me, I'm not really one who looks backwards. In life, I'm just moving forward, and we're going to work extremely hard. We have a process for the way we like to do things. There'll be changes and adjustments to that as we move forward. But no, I'm just excited, excited about the opportunity to recruit great players here and hopefully make an impact on their lives and prepare them for success after LSU, and do a lot of winning in the process is certainly the goal. But then it's also an opportunity to get my family here and get involved in a great community, and we're going to take advantage of it. So that's how we're going to move forward, and I'm really looking forward to the opportunity.
Enjoy the box tonight, Coach, and pull them through.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, pull them through versus Georgia. It's great to talk to you, man. Looking forward to meeting you.
Hey, look forward to it, Jordy. Really appreciate the time. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir. There he is, Matt McMahon, checking in this morning. New LSU head basketball coach.
With
a couple of with a couple of minutes there on the program. Look, that's a lot of hard work, man. That's a lot of work going into the program to look up and see that they've got 9 players here heading into the month of May. Mm-hmm. I think gives you an idea of just the challenge and the task that he's taken on, and he's done a good job. I mean
That conversation with head basketball coach McMahon was brought to you by Dead Soxy. That's deadsoxy.com, and you can use the code Jordy for 25% off of your order. Almost every SEC school is represented there. The Joey Burrow socks are still there. Dare I ask what socks you have? There you go. There you go. All right. Are those just purple and gold stripes?
Yep.
They're awesome. All the way up.
All the way up.
All the way to the
You got a softball game later today. Right. Get ready for it. Do you tuck your pants into your socks when you ride your bike? No, you just
That's
short
like
guy
what
on the
people
bike.
in suits do, right?
Shorts guy on the bike.
Not a bike guy.
Oh.
I didn't learn how to ride a bike till I was like 12.
It's cold, man.
Yeah,
it's
really?
cold in the morning on that bike.
It is cold in the mornings here right now.
Before the sun comes up, I mean, it is like chilly
Yeah.
in the morning.
It's nice.
It does. It feels great.
That's why you got those socks pulled on.
I do. I haven't pulled up high and tight. Matt